I'm Jim Barry in Miami, and I've been asked to do some NFL picks this weekend for Week 4. The first game that we're going to pick is the Dolphins traveling to Foxborough to take on the New England Patriots. Now, of course, year in and year out, this has been an absolute house of horror for the Dolphins. But I got a feeling this year it's going to be different. I know you're thinking I'm being a homer, but here's the deal. Dolphins off to a 3-0 start, their first start that well in 5 years, and they look like a different team. They've got speed on offense, something they've never had, and they used it to come back and beat the Oakland Raiders last week here. The New England Patriots, on the other hand, yes, they still have Tom Brady, they still have Bill Belichick, but you know what? They don't quite look the same. Look pretty woeful in losing to the Detroit Lions. So I'm picking the Dolphins in this one, 23-21. Moving on to the next game, the Philadelphia Eagles traveling to Tennessee to take on the Titans. Both these teams 2-1, and of course the Eagles really buoyed by the return of Carson Wentz last week. Had a little rust, had a couple of turnovers, but you know what? He still got that it factor, and he also this week figures to have Jay Ajayi in the backfield to help take some of the pressure off of him. I'm liking the Eagles 24-13 over the Titans. Moving on, we're going to Chicago now. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers heading to Soldier Field to take on the Bears. Now, intrigue here because the Buccaneers could bring back quarterback Jameis Winston. He has served his 3-game suspension, but the question is, will they bench Ryan Fitzpatrick, or should I call him Fitzmagic, because that's what the guy has been. He's had 3 straight 400-yard games, and even though they lost to the Steelers last week, a lot of guys in the locker room still want to keep rolling with the 35-year-old. But I think the Bears and that ferocious defense, led by the newly acquired Khalil Mack, simply will be too much. I think the Bears at home are going to win this game barely, 20-17. And last but not least, we've got the New Orleans Saints taking on the New York Giants. I'm not sure this game is going to be a thriller. The Saints at 2-1 taking on the 1-2 Giants, who did finally get a win last week over Houston. And here's my deal with this one. The Saints, you look at this team, they're kind of uneven because their pass defense has been woeful. Their run defense has been terrific. That, unfortunately, for the Giants, is not what the Giants do well. They don't really have an explosive offense. Saquon Barkley, their exciting running back, I think he's going to be a keeper. But against this defense, don't think he's going to get it done. So I like the Saints and Drew Brees winning this one 24-13. So those are my picks for Week 4. I'm Jim Barry in Miami.